Welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on
Hello, everyone.
How are you? Joe Biden's disastrous
I'm
student.
changing all kind of stuff here all at the same time. Everything's happening at the same time. Isn't that fun? But that's how it works. Hold on one second. I wanted to see if I could see you guys coming in over here. There you go. All right. I see that you're here with me. Awesome. So it started going over there automatically, which I so love. I think that's fabulous. Let me get back over here to see who's with me on Zoom. There, because I like to put the link out there so that we all can join. If you want to come in and chat with me, that would be awesome. I want to go ahead and start recording. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world watching today. We have some rainy weather today. It was iffy getting on, but I'm here now, and I hope you get to come join me too in just a little bit. This is Tuesday. Last week when I got on here and talked to everybody, I just said it was Hump Day Wednesday, which it wasn't, you know, just one of those things when it was actually our Tips and Tidbits Tuesday. And last time I read a little thing from The Essence of Success by Earl Nightingale, if you can see it there. And it was about what was it about? I remember it was really, really good one. Oh, I have it lost in my thing here. We're going to have to look that one back up and see what it's all about. But I remembered that I loved it. I hope it was a really, really good lesson. But there's a lot in here. And I could tell you if I wasn't trying to rack my brain and tell you where it is and what it's about. But I do remember I liked it a lot. I still like it a lot. I know it's an important lesson, and I hope you get to get back to that and review it whenever you get a chance. And I will post here what it was if I didn't already post, because it's oh yeah, the magic marble. The magic marble. And what it is to not let you do exactly what I'm doing, being distracted. When you're talking to somebody, pay attention, be full on with that person. Don't be distracted. And it was carry this magic marble. And when you're talking to somebody, just keep holding on to it and rubbing it and thinking about it, talking to them and not be worrying about what's the next thing you're going to say and trying to be the main speaker or the main person that has something the most important to say, because you don't know that you have the most important thing to say unless you actually listen to what the other person is telling you. You always will learn something. So it was the magic marble. This time I found this. I thought it was really good, and it's perfect. It's apropos for what we just went through again, and it's about laughing. Let me get to the page. Hope y'all are having a good day. Nurture your ability to laugh. Be sure you do that. Nurture your ability to laugh. Extremely important. So, and if you don't have this from Earl Nightingale, you don't have to. We're going to go over it right here in this class. Well, at least for this one. And I'm going to change the title, what's above this video, in the Facebook group. So we take this each day, one step at a time. So let me get the glasses so I can read. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to make it at all with the weather, but it's okay. Nurture your ability to laugh, from Earl Nightingale. And he says, I have found it a good rule of thumb to be slightly suspicious of anyone who takes himself too seriously. There's usually something fishy there someplace. One of the enriching blessings of growing older all the time is that it has a way of improving one's sense of humor, or at least it should. And I can speak to that. The person without a good sense of humor is a person to avoid, as though he were a known carrier of the plague. Now, he's not messing around here. He's being serious. Oh, you don't have a sense of humor. Yeah, you need one. Horace Walpole once said, I have never yet seen or heard anything serious that was not ridiculous. And Samuel Butler said, the one serious conviction that a man should have is that nothing is to be taken seriously. It has been said that seriousness is the only refuge of the shadow. Oscar Wilde said, it is a curious fact that the worst work is always done with the best intentions, and that people are never so trivial as when they take themselves very seriously, because they have no room for expanding the way that they want to think, that they want to receive information from other people, which ties into last time's session. Makes sense to me. I hope it does to you. I remember that when I was in service, one of the toughest jobs I had was to keep from laughing at the wrong times. During an admiral's inspection, for example, there is nothing funnier than the seriousness of the military, especially high-ranking military. The fancy costumes, the panoply, the shining sabers, the serious faces. It was all, to me, hilariously funny. We can be serious about situations. When a youngster is ill or hurt, or someone insults your spouse, you can get very serious about the situation in a hurry. But that's not taking ourselves seriously. That's different. The first thing that bothered me about Hemingway, as much as I admired his work, was that I thought he tended to take himself too seriously. He didn't seem to be able to laugh at himself. And I think he suffered from this flaw in his character. So Nightingale views that as a flaw in character. You have to be joyous. You have to be able to have a sense of humor. And the best way to have the quickest sense of humor is to laugh at yourself. I have found it is a good rule of thumb to be slightly suspicious of anyone who takes himself too seriously. There's usually something fishy there someplace. I think this is why we love children so much. Life is a game to them. They will do their best at whatever work is given them, but they never seem to lose their exuberant sense of humor. There is always a sparkle of humor in their eyes. When a child lacks this, he is usually in need of help. Dictators are famous for their lack of humor. The mark of a cruel person is he doesn't seem to be able to see anything funny in the world. And a sense of humor was what was so great about Mark Twain. No matter how serious the subject, he could find the humor in it and bring it out. So could Will Rogers. All the great comedians have this ability to see what's funny in the so-called serious situation, and they can poke fun at themselves. There are those who believe that a sense of humor is the only thing that has kept the human race from totally extinguishing itself. People who are emotionally healthy with a sense of proportion are cheerful people. They tend to look upon the bright side of things and see a lot of humor in their daily lives. They're not Pollyannas. Now, that may be a term that a lot of you don't know, as we have well established that these teachings, these from Earl Nightingale, are from way back in earlier times. So Pollyannas are the ones that just always went around, do, 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 and not really paying attention to anything. And he's saying, they're not all Pollyannas. They know what's going on, and that's a lot. And that a lot of it is not funny at all, but they don't permit the dark side of things to dominate their lives. To my mind, when a person lacks a sense of humor, there's something pretty seriously wrong with him. Samuel Butler said, a sense of humor keen enough to show a man his own absurdities, as well as those of other people, will keep a man from commission of all sins, or nearly all, save those that are worth committing. It took a sense of humor to write that, and only people with blank spaces in their senses of humor will find, I see. It took a sense of humor to write that, and only people with blank spaces where their senses of humor should be will find it offensive about what he said, what Samuel Butler said. This form of humor is what made Jack Benny and Bob Hope such durable and successful comedians, along with many others, going clear back to Charlie Chaplin. And if you don't know Jack Benny and Bob Hope, Google them, because they were in Red Skelton. Google them. They're down in history. I remember the wonderful ending to that really fine motion picture, Treasure of Sierra Madre. After months of backbreaking toil and the constant danger of death from bandits, the characters find they have lost all the gold, that they're right back where they started from. And suddenly they begin to laugh. They almost faint from laughter. And you realize they have seen themselves in their true perspective, the ludicrousness of the situation and their former greed. And just as suddenly, you realize that everything is all right again as they part and go their separate ways. There are times for all of us when all the laughter seems to be gone, but we should not permit these periods to last too long. When we've lost our sense of humor, there isn't much left. We've become ridiculous. We must then go to war against the whole world. And that's a war that we have to lose. So a sense of humor is extremely important. So find something, if you can't laugh at yourself yet, which it's really easy to do if you let yourself do it, just find something to laugh at. Watch a funny show. Being joyful helps to bring the energy to you, helps to put you in a space where you can manifest what it is that you're wanting so hard to have. You can't push it hard. You have to let things flow. Laughter helps it. Laughter is like, it breaks the ice. It breaks the ice. It breaks through what that resistant wall is that you've been holding on to so long and trying to make something work. It's like pushing a rope uphill. If you just start laughing, you'll be surprised. The rope may start just climbing up on its own. So this is for our Tips and Tidbit Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot going on in this group. I don't come in very often, but I'm going to start coming in as often as I can. there's other things that I'm offering. Have a priestess training starting in September, before too much longer. But I do want to share with you, I have been going through the study of the science of getting rich from Wallace Wattles information. And it's the program that Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallegher are teaching together. And that is such a powerful program. I absolutely love it. I keep learning more and more and more and more of it. I'm just on the recording of chapter 2. It's not that I haven't gone through it before or know it, or haven't studied Wallace Wattles and all these other books, but you always find something new. And you can always look at what's going on in your life with a different perspective to see what it is that you're missing. Why is it not happening for you right now? Maybe you're just thinking about that just in the one little wrong way, that listening to this or even getting that program and following those lessons can show you. So I'll put the link to that program in here if you're interested in that. If you got any questions, just reach out to me. And thanks for being here with me on Tips and Tidbits Tuesday. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, 3:30. Tips, Tidbits, Tuesday, 3:30. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now. Love you.